Okay, Form 3s, I want to now review how to compile a programming solution for any mathematical problem. So in class, we have reviewed a number of mathematical equations, as well as how to use a variable name and the rules in using them with the mathematical equation. Now, any of those equations can be used in a programming question or for a programming problem. And we have to compile the solutions for it. So let's work on an example. First example, here we have the programming question is to add two numbers. Now you will notice that they did not give us the numbers. We have to come up with a solution that will outline the process to add two numbers, whatever two numbers they come up with. So we are the programmers who is making a programming solution for someone else to use. And we can't predict what numbers they will come up with. So this was explained when we did the programming, the mathematical equations as well. We came up with a general mathematical equation using our variable names, just like you would do in algebra. All right, so in class, we came up with to add two numbers. We know we want to add two numbers, so it means we'll need a number, a first number. And then we would need a second number. And we have to add those two. So I'm going to add them here. And then they're going to be equal to, they're going to be stored somewhere, right? So that answer is going to be stored somewhere. Now in programming, we have learned that, first of all, this word answer cannot work. We need to be more descriptive. So what is it that what is this answer? What is it about? I can say it's a sum of two numbers. I can say it's a total of two numbers. I'm just going to use sum of two numbers. Now, the next thing we learned is that this label does not come at the end of the question. In IT, it will come to the beginning. And this equal sign comes right after. So we have a label for our answer, equal sign, and then our equation. Now in IT class, we also learned about variable names. So the first thing is that it had to be descriptive, which sum of two numbers is, but no spaces. So let me take that out. And each word starts with a capital letter. So we have sum of two numbers. Equal to first number. Now this is another variable name. The another rule is you cannot start with a number. It has to start with a letter. So number one, oh, wait, no space. Right. And let's fix this other variable name here. Two. Good. All right, so this plus sign, of course, is our mathematical operator. We know that there are other operators. There's a dash for subtraction. There is an asterisk for multiplication. And there's uh, a slash for division. And using BODMAS rules, we can have brackets as well in our equation. All right, went off track there. Let's get back to our question. So the question is adding two numbers. And we came up with our mathematical equation here. Sum of two numbers equal number one plus number two. And we conform to our variables. Now, We have to analyze this question in order to come up with the answer, the solution. And we're going to do that using, of course, the most popular diagram for IT, which is the IPOS cycle. And the IPOS cycle consists of input, processing, output, and storage. So we need to think of this question, the solution for it, in terms of the IPOS cycle. So the first thing, we want to know about our input. In fact, I'm going to come back to that. The easiest one here is processing. All right, so I'm just going to put my labels. Okay. Processing is the easiest one to figure out here because we did it already. This calculation, this mathematical equation that we came up with here is our processing. So I'm just going to copy that there. Processing is done. Now, in processing, we know that this is the answer. But in order to get this answer, we need these two things here. We need the number 1 and number 2. So these two are going to be our inputs. We need number 1. We also need number 2. All right. Our output then would be this answer. All right. Now the storage would be all of the variable names used. Our variable names come from input and processing and the processing answer. So that would be input, now 2 inputs here, and the answer for processing, which is this one here. Sum of 2 numbers. Good? So after you analyze this question, now we can come up with the programming solution. So we haven't done that yet. And our programming solution, there are 4 solutions we're going to look at next. First, how to compile a programming solution for narrative, flowchart, IPO chart, and pseudocode.